Hi everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to be learning about the snippets panel. So you can see here I'm currently selected on the snippets panel, and here we have a whole bunch of different XAML files, which are pre-built workflows which you can use within your projects just to improve your development productivity. So you can build bots faster by using these snippets. As an example, here is a delay 10 seconds snippet, which you can simply drag and drop. And what's nice about snippets is they have all the properties pre-populated for you. So if I click on delay 10 seconds, you can see the duration has already been previously set to 10 seconds in the time span notation. Now, let's say I used the delay activity directly. Let's say I come here, search delay, and I wanted to use a delay activity. If I drag this in, I'd have to set the properties myself. I'd have to come here to this duration, and I'd have to then come here and type in 0, 0, 0, 0, and 10. Then that will be 10 seconds. Just as a side note, anything in the third part is seconds. In the middle here, this is minutes, and that there is hours. That is the benefit of using a snippet. If you want a 100 millisecond snippet, you can drag that in. You can see the notation for that is it adds a dot, so like a decimal point, and then you can add in the 0.1 for 100 milliseconds. If you want 10 seconds, 300 milliseconds, whatever the case is, you can drag them and drop them in just like that. There's also pre-built loops. So for example, if you want to loop through each file in a folder, you can do that using this snippet. I'm just going to delete all of these. You can actually select multiple activities by holding Control on your keyboard and then selecting multiple activities. And then I can click delete and it'll delete those two. If I drag in this for each file and folder, you can see there it creates all the different activities pre-built to loop through all files in a folder. And you can select the folder using the select folder activity. There's actually already an activity specifically for this. So you don't actually have to use this specific snippet. Just for interest's sake, if you come here and you search for each file in folder, you can see there's actually an activity for that. So if I delete this and drag this in, you can see there's just one specific activity where you can do all of that built in. I'm going to delete that. That is the main purpose of these snippets. You can actually create your own snippets if you have something that you commonly use. The way you would do that is you can click this little add folder. And let's say we can go to my first robot we previously built. I'll click select folder. Now you can see here it adds a my first robot. And then here we have the main XAML file of that. We can now be using this as a snippet to drag and drop into our workflow. Of course, it doesn't really make sense to use this as a snippet, opening a notepad file and typing text, but that is how you would connect it. If you want to delete it, you can simply right click and remove. Last thing about snippets that are useful to know is if you double click on a snippet, it'll then open it up as a new file here as a read only. You won't be able to edit this, but it will just show you what exactly is included inside that specific snippet. But if you do want to use it in your workflow, you can't double click it. You'll have to then drag and drop it into your workflow just like that. That is all for the snippets. In the next lecture, we are going to be learning about the properties panel.